Good morning, friends. Let me welcome you to a very important part of this two-day event in which we are launching now a very forward-looking, very relevant, very important part of this Indian Ocean Initiative. There have been 8 editions of Indian Ocean Conference. I would say it just concluded because we are now starting a new part of this, extending part of this conference, which is how do you work on economic activities in the Indian Ocean countries and beyond. Actually, ever since the living human beings became seafarers, they actually ventured into the sea for economic reasons. They discovered something which they didn't know before, that you could actually go and eat fish. And in that particular time, they didn't know this word proteins, but they realized that that's what something is going to get them going. Any activity which is something or the other is not related to economy does not remain sustaining for a long time. Now we talk sustainability in a different context nowadays, which encompasses many aspects of it, including environment as a major component of it. But if economy is not the underlying strong force for carrying out that activity, it doesn't remain for too long. And as we have seen, the oceans are actually the promoter of economic activity. What is shipped to the ocean is something obviously has economic content, but beyond that, there are many activities which are really related to the oceans and the seas. And now, because I just mentioned sustainability, now we are talking about renewable energy, clean energy. All of that can also come from the sea in a very significant way. When we are seeing all the time, there are waves coming up, the tidal energy, which is a source of a huge potential to generate energy, and Japan is doing a lot of work on that. Offshore wind is something which already in the North Sea, we have so many offshore wind projects coming up. But we have done a study in India that offshore wind potential of India, because we have 7,600 kilometers of coastline, only Indian, in the Indian Ocean, only Indian one country I'm talking about, the potential is upward of 70,000 megawatts. And now, again, Japan is leading that, is to find out from the seabed a source of renewable energy, hydrates. So just imagine that oceans are the source of huge potential for economic activity, source of energy, source of food and nutrition, source of tourism. In fact, that's a big economic activity. If you have so many cruises going from one part or the other to different exciting places, and that's the tourism which actually promotes economic activity. So just imagine the huge potential of economic activity that exists in the ocean, and therefore I am really thankful to India Foundation, Mr. Ram Madhav, for thinking about extending this activity of Indian Ocean Initiative to now having economic conclave. This is the first ever, but we like to have it every edition of future Indian Ocean Conference. We like to have that, along with so many companies, so many new products. They will get opportunity to display their inventions, their own possibilities of marketing their products. So this will be a great opportunity for people in the Indian Ocean region to also enhance their own economic potential. We have a very distinguished Minister of Oman, His Excellency, the Minister of Commerce. And I worked with him because when I was Minister of Commerce in India, but he is a very visionary leader. and I experienced that through my interactions. And they have signed FTAs with several countries of the world. And to mention one very important one, the country which is now putting trade as a part of the important foreign policy initiative. Trade is now becoming a very important instrument of public policy in that country. The largest economy of the world, US, and Oman have a FTA. So if you are in Oman, you get access to so many markets of the world, including the biggest economy, the United States of America. And we, in India, being such close neighbors, such close friends of Oman, on the cusp of signing an FTA anytime soon. And that will again open opportunities for many companies in India to come to Oman, get access to not just the GCC or the region, but also to the larger markets of the world. And Oman is located in such a strategic way that it's part of Indian Ocean for sure, but has access to other important seaways. So I think I'm very happy that you are going to talk about it. And Japan is one of the most important economy, now the third largest, but have been the second largest for a long, long time, and have played a very critical role. Obviously, Asia's largest, one of the very large part of technological development, innovation, everything happens. And they attach a lot of importance to sea because most of the energy that Japan uses in their own country is imported. So either you get LNG or you do that. Of course, you're also producing a lot of energy from nuclear sources, which is now regulated. But one of the very interesting part of this, Japan as a country is at the forefront of many important developments. But for me, and in context of the Indian Ocean Initiative, something interesting. Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Shinzo Abe signed an agreement, very interesting agreement, that not only will try to promote trade between these two countries, but will also promote trade in third countries. And that's something we started doing in Africa for promoting that. So just imagine, in this context of what we are discussing as Indian Ocean Economic Conclave, look at the potential of opportunities for working together in those countries which are members of the Indian Ocean community, but also going beyond. And that's an infinite opportunity. And that's what something India and Japan have already done, put in place. Again, when I was Commerce Industry Minister, we had actually implemented those projects. So we'd really like to hear from these two very significant, important leaders, one representing the Japanese government as the External Affairs Minister for State, one as a Commerce Minister, and we have seen how much energy they put behind a new project. We had put up, when I was a Minister of Fertilizers way back in 1999, we had put up OMIFCO, Oman India Fertilizers Company, which continues to be the largest single investment in Oman. And I would say I was thankful to him because His Majesty at that time gave us a gas rate which was incredibly low. Nobody could believe it is possible, but it happened. And that is now helping India's food security. And that's why we owe it to you to do something more to promote this idea. So let me open this discussion on a very important subject of economic opportunities, economic conclave, economic partnerships between Indian Ocean countries. So may I request His Excellency, my friend, to just make your remarks from there.